Do you know that 45% of presenters find it difficult to create an effective PowerPoint slide deck? If you want to know how you can do that, stay on. And in the meantime, if you've not subscribed to my channel yet, please go ahead and do that right away. So studies show that 91% of the presenters feel really confident with a well-designed PowerPoint slide deck with them during the time of presentation. And that happens only when they've spent time to understand what they want to present and how is it that they can do that. So let's talk about how to do that. So before I proceed, let me tell you that your PowerPoint slides are supposed to be like a billboard. Have you noticed a billboard when you're driving on the roads? It catches your attention, right? Only then are you able to understand it. The same way, each slide that you have to offer during your presentation should be like a billboard, not like a textbook format. So the first thing that you need to be really careful about is keep it short and crisp. Yes, you do not have to put the whole content onto the slide because anybody who's watching the slide may not understand what you want to convey to them. So only keep what you want on it. Use bullets, use numbering to ensure that you have different points to it that can catch attention. Also, you don't have to put the whole sentences out there on the slide. You can just put the headings or the main key points there. And when you look at the slides, you will be able to remember what you need to speak. The second thing that many presenters miss out on is choosing the font and the size. Sometimes we feel that using different creative fonts on each slide is going to make it look attractive. However, it can be very confusing. When you keep a font size and the font type constant, it also builds your brand value. A normal size of font should be approximately around 20 to 24. And for a heading, you can decide it to be anywhere around 40. That's perfectly fine, but keep it constant, right? So be very careful about using only one or two fonts across the whole slide deck. The third thing, many times you might have noticed that you use a picture and you want to write on it, but it doesn't show up. That's because you didn't bother to see the contrast. And that is what the next thing you need to be careful about. Check the contrast. On a white base, if you try to use a yellow, it might not be very much visible. On a white base, if you use yellow, or maybe on a light blue base, if you try to use white, it is not going to be visible. It's not going to stand out. Remember, it needs to stand out. So check the contrast. Now, the fourth thing that you need to be really careful about are the various elements that are available when you're making that deck. And that means the different charts, the different smart arts that are available. Now look at these two slides. Which one do you think is more attractive? When data is presented in the form of charts or some diagrams, it's more easy to understand. So use these smart arts or charts that you have around. So now the fifth one, a very important one. Again, this is a common mistake. People forget to limit the use of colors. Using too many colors is again going to confuse the audience. It's not going to make your whole slide deck look consistent. And if you want to use colors, stick to maximum 3 or 4 colors. So be very careful and use the same colors across the whole deck. The colors that you use should also be consistent across the various presentations that you make so that it comes across as a brand identity for you. So the next one is really interesting and one of my favorites. I use it every time with most of my presentations, and that is the use of media. Media in the form of pictures, clip arts, animations, or videos. That breaks the monotony of any presentation, any boring presentation that can be. Do remember, you'll have different types of people in your audience. So to engage everybody and to ensure that everybody is taking away something, use these forms of media that help to support your content of your presentation. Coming to the next one, towards the end of your presentation, ensure that you have a summary of the takeaways. So there should be a sum up slide where whatever your audience has been through, everything is there on the slide. A very quick recap for them. So of course, there are many more points that can be taken care of when you're preparing your presentation deck. I hope these points will be a good start for you to understand how you can create an effective deck, because this deck is a route to your success as a presenter. And please write in the comments which point you're going to take away and work on. and do let me know if this helped you. And if you have not subscribed to my channel yet, please go ahead and do that right away and click that bell icon also so that you know when I'm uploading my next video. Take care, and I'm going to see you soon.